Okay, today we got a 2007 Toyota Sequoia that the door latch doesn't reset all the time, so you have to stick a screwdriver in there to reset it so that you can shut the door. So we got another door latch. We got a salvage yard door latch we're going to put in it, and that's going to require, of course, taking the door panel off. So this video is going to be about taking the door panel off and removing this latch and putting the new one in so that it'll work right. So of course got my pad down there. First step, now this door panel already has these little inserts missing. Normally there's little inserts here that you're going to push in and then just pop the inserts out. You push it in to release the expanding legs, I guess, and then they just pop right out of there. The only other thing you're going to want to do is get a good spudger or trim removal tool to get in here to remove your little plastic pieces. And if you haven't seen these yet, man, these are just absolutely beautiful. I actually did a review on these. I'm not sure if I've posted it yet, but if you ain't got a good set of trim removal tools, I highly recommend these right here. These are the best ones I've ever seen. For instance, see this little plastic piece right there? It is as sharp as this is, and it's polished so that you don't have to worry about messing up your trim, because it just fits into every little thing. Now once you pop this out, you just got a connector. Okay, it looks like this connector doesn't even have the retaining deal, so it just unplugged. Normally what you would have is you can see where it's broke off right there, but you'd have to push down on the clip and then pull the plug off. And you just got Phillips. You got one here, one here. We're going to have one here. I think that's it, and then the door panel should pop off pretty easy. So let me get the camera set up, and then we'll of course I got my little power impact. You can do it all by hand, of course. I'll try to get you set up where you can see everything. Now, as you can see, this one's already broke, so you'd want to be careful with yours. Again, another good place for one of these. This will pop off if you're careful. That'll pop right off there. I have something nice and smooth and polished like this with a very, very fine, thin point. Can get right into where you need to get. So now the door panel should be ready to come off. I don't know how many clips are actually holding it. A lot of times if you've got a pocket like this, and keep in mind there is a connector connected to this light. So once we get this, I'm going to close the other side of this car. It's, as you can tell, it is very, very windy today. Nice day, but the wind is absolutely insane. In fact, look, my dang pad's gone. Gotta have my pad. There it is. If you don't have a good pad, this is 2-inch foam rubber, you need to get you one, because it is very nice whenever if you want to save your knees. So again, remember, you'd have to remove these two. So I'm going to set the camera up Now I'm gonna grab the pocket and just kind of give a tug. Don't tug too hard, because if it does seem to be really retained against the door, get in there with a door trim and pop the Christmas trees loose. You don't have to worry about this. On this particular model, the door panel goes over this, and the door panel comes straight off. So I'm not going to have to worry about that. And hopefully this is showing up. There's the light. So now we got to get to this, which doesn't look like it's going to be too big of a problem. Of course, these cables go to, let me get the old one. Looks like maybe a 10 millimeter. I don't know if that's going to have to come out or not. Looks like it'd be easier. We're going to have some Torx here. I'll get my Torx, and probably going to have one going up to the door latch mechanism. I'll get a light and show you a better picture in there. Let me get my Torx kit. If you don't have a good Torx kit, man, I'll show you one that I am very, very impressed with. In fact, what else are we going to need here? Picked up the wrong side of it, didn't I? This Nico stuff, man, I just can't say enough good things about this particular Torx set. This has got your tamper-proof, your Torx Plus, your regular Torx. I mean, it's just amazing. It's got your external. So any Torx that you would need, all the way up to, look, an E24 is in this kit. Tamper-proof, all the way up to a TT70. So, all the way down to what? It looks like a T16. Tamper-proof. Very impressive kit. Anyway, back to the deal here. Okay, to give you an idea of what we're looking at, behind the rail there, the window rail. Hopefully that's coming through. So we're going to have one. Looks like we got two. The one for the lock and the one for the door handle. And then you got the cables here. And I think might be a better view of it. Okay, here's the one we're putting in. Looks like there's a bolt here, and then the 3 Torx. And it was nice enough. I'm going to lube this up too before I put it in, because it looks kind of grungy. I'm going to go ahead and hang on to these Torx. That way I don't get it in and realize I left them in there. So I don't know how this is going to be removing and replacing. Of course, you got your two that go up here to the door handle, and I'll show you how to take care of that. Then you got this whole mechanism. I don't know. I don't think there. We'll see if there's one on the bottom. I don't think there should be. There is a connector. Just unplugged it, pushed in on this, pulled down on it. So this has got your door lock module, it's your door latch, it's your door latch. No, this has got its own separate switch. A lot of these have the switch and everything all built in. So if your door switch goes bad, you got to replace this whole thing. If your door lock actuator goes bad, you got to replace the whole thing. If the door latch portion of it goes bad, got to replace the whole thing. New, this one was about, I think I found it for $175. This one was $60. So hopefully, and that's the way she wanted to go. I always try to give them a choice, you know, and that's what she wanted to do. So if that's what they want to do, then I'm fine with it. So let me get, before I forget, I'm going to lube this up, then we're going to get started. Okay, I think the first thing I'm going to do is take these two 10 millimeters out right here. We got one there, one there. Well, I guess I ought to put my socket on it. And I just noticed that, so one's a sheet metal screw, which is going to go into the plastic, and one's a machine screw, so don't get those mixed up. And I think this plastic piece, judging by the old one, it's got a tab right there. I should be able to take that off. Spudger time. Again, if you don't have one of these, you need to get you some. Okay, so now let's go after the. Now, it looks like it's pretty tight up against the window rail. So I may have to loosen that window rail off to get this out. But first, let's get the these Torx. Now the Torx are T30s. I guess the next step to this operation is actually going to be getting these loose. And all they do is just like that, and they pull out just like that. See that? And yeah, that window rail is going to have to be loosened up. And you got a 10 millimeter here and 10 millimeter here, looks like. Is that for the rail? Yeah, that's for the rail. That's usually it. There's usually only a couple. There's that one. Usually lets that move around pretty good. A couple little cable clips will undo. And there's the whole shebang right there. So of course these are going to be pretty simple. Camera up. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and install this one, and then we're going to swap this over after this one's put in. We'll just do it that way. I think it'll probably be just as easy. So let me get set up here so this plastic's out of the way, and you can kind of, I'm going to use both hands, and you can kind of see the whole thing, and the camera won't be moving around. I know that moving around camera crap is sometimes a big pain in the ass. Just putting the rods and just connected them, so that kind of holds the door latch kind of where it needs to go. So now I'm going to put the, I'm going to zoom in for you. Hold on. Go ahead and put the Torx in. I'm going to go ahead and put this 10mm in here. Now for this, all you do, pop that up and out of there, pop this one, and that's how easy that is. And then just do the reverse, going back together. Now the only thing left really is the window rail. Now I would highly recommend rolling the window down and up before you put everything back together, because if that rail isn't lined up right, that window isn't going to obviously roll up and down. Oh, and don't forget, got a nice big fat connector. Make sure that's hooked up. And I don't know, I'll try to shine the light in there and so you can see what's going on with it, but there's no promises. No Let me see if I can find the... Then again, just a shot inside here. There's the window track. So all I want to do right now, just to make sure, I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. I'm going to turn the key. And I'm just over here on the driver's side. All I'm going to make sure is that the window will go all the way down and all the way up without obviously hitting anything, and that it rides in the track okay. Okay, so now you're just wanting to put the plastic back on. And that is important. A lot of people I've seen over the years, people leave this off thinking it's not that big of a deal. The problem is this is your vapor barrier. This is what keeps the moisture out of the electrical connectors, your speakers, you know, things like that. So it is important to make sure that you get the plastic, or sometimes it's kind of a foam, you know, a thin foam that they've got over it. So get it on the best you can. Sometimes it's been taken on and off so many times over the years that it's so tore up that sometimes you can't. I mean, I have put door panels on without it, but that's like last resort. Okay, so I don't know if you want to see the door panel going back on or not, but I'll show that just in case you do. I'm going to zoom out. There, that might give you a pretty good view. Make sure all your Christmas trees, when I say Christmas trees, that's what these little doohickeys are generally referred to as. Make sure those are there. There's a couple already missing on this door panel, but I'm not going to worry about it. Oh yeah, don't forget your light switch down here. This is supposed to be hooked in somewhere, but I don't know where. Just down here. There are two little tabs that need to go into some slots right here. That plastic is kind of interfering with that. There it goes. Hopefully you can see that, but there's two little tabs right here that it slides into that way, and then whenever you put your screw in here, that's what holds the door latch nice and secure. We're not ready for that one yet. We got to put the trim on. Now this one is broke on this one, but could get a good idea of the way it's supposed to go on there. Okay, so this has got a broken tab. It was actually glued on, and I didn't notice that when I pulled it off, so I'm gonna have to glue it back on. Okay, last but not least, so alright, so she should be happy with that. Make sure your light's working. Other than gluing this little piece in, this job's done. Remember, you're not going to have to glue that in, but this one's got a broke tab, and there's some remnants of glue in there to where they had it glued before. Anyway, that's about all I got. Of course, if you really want to be thorough, which I really do, let's get the key. Alright, so we're good. Alright, you guys take care. I'm out.